Here's a look outside Silver Bay this morning. We're starting to see some first light, and it's only 5:48 this morning. It's almost kind of weird here to see that the sun's coming up quite early this morning. Well, that's a factor of daylight saving time ending. And well, we're going to continue to see the winds and clear skies for much of the day. Yesterday's winds were particularly gusty up by that Silver Bay zone and up the North Shore into Cook County. Saw winds upwards of 35 miles per hour sustained. Wind gusts today will probably be around that number. So we'll see wind gusts out about 35 maxing out there. But elsewhere, it'll be into the 25 to 30 mile per hour range. Still breezy, but not nearly as windy as yesterday, and things will begin to calm on down here as we head after the sunset hours. Temperatures right now are into the 40s and upper 30s for the most part. International Falls still sitting at 34, so our coldest spot up there, but elsewhere we're into the low 40s along the South Shore, into the mid to upper 30s along the North Shore and down the I-35 corridor. So we'll warm up here today thanks to lots of sunshine. We'll still see again those gusty westerly winds, but the sunshine is really going to be the big theme here for today. So we'll see high temperatures into the low to mid 50s here for some areas. Wisconsin will probably be a tad bit warmer for everyone, with maybe the exception of Ironwood. High temperatures there also into the mid 50s with lots of sunshine. Through tonight will be clear and temperatures will be into the 30s, and winds will certainly be calming back down. Winds west at about 5 to 10. And same thing for Minnesota. We'll see winds coming back down. So we might see a few more 20s here heading through tomorrow morning. Just a tad bit cooler, but again, less wind there. Now the big picture. High pressure is currently settling in overhead. Big system that caused the wind is now on its way out. Our next system still out in the Pacific, so that's going to be bringing in here our next rain chance, and that's probably going to be on Tuesday. The rest of today is going to be dry, lots of sunshine. Again, high temperatures today into the 50s, above average. Here comes the incoming clouds ahead of that next system on Tuesday. The morning hours should be mostly clear. These will probably just be some higher clouds. Then by the afternoon hours, we'll probably start to see some scattered showers develop into our northwestern zones. High temperatures tomorrow into the upper 40s, and then the rain should fill in for much of the region, at least northern Minnesota, perhaps parts of the South Shore by the evening hours, lingering into the late evening hours, potentially mixing in with a few flakes at times at the higher elevations, and then clearing on out here for Wednesday morning. And again, it'll be a little bit cooler into the 30s and maybe a couple isolated 20s, but that's pretty much it. Wednesday's looking clear as well as high pressure rebuilds back into the region and we see sunny skies. Now, big cool down is underway here heading into later in the week. Jet streams currently bulging up to the north here for the early week, and so that's why we're seeing above average temperatures. But by the time we head into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, that jet stream is going to take a dip, and all of this Arctic air is going to be coming down here into the Northland by Saturday and into Sunday. And so that's going to allow for a high as well to be going from above average down to below average to the 40s. And while I'll go to the 7-day right now, look at this. We'll be into the 30s here by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday. Again, chance for some light mix or maybe some snow here as well onto Saturday and Sunday. We'll have to keep an eye on to how much snow, or it doesn't look like it will be accumulating at this point, but we'll keep an eye on it here through the rest of the week. Otherwise, we'll see precipitation chances pick up by Thursday and Friday and a cooling down here heading into the weekend.